Now, photography was invented in order to render imaginable the events around us. Not only the political events, but also the scientific and technological events. And the situation was this. Look at the first of my beautiful drawings. History went on. The events advanced linearly. But photographs went one step up into transcendence. They transcended history, and they froze events into happenings. They took the events out of their context, they transcoded them into happenings, and then they went back to history. And they could be used as a sort of memory of history. Now, this is called documentation. Images were used to document historical events. It wasn't so easy as I say, because the problem of subjectivity came into it. You know, photography was invented to give an objective image. But since the camera is coded, it is even less objective than is a painting. Still, the ideal was that there is history, and then there is a photographer, and he steps back from history into something which we might call mystical transcendence. And out of this mystical transcendence, he photographs what happens. You know, there is a problem. The moment you step back from politics into image, you can have no point of view. The political point of view is lost. Because the moment you get out from politics, you can see that every event has many possible points of view. None of it is correct. And what you can do is multiply points of views. You dance around the event. And the more you collect points of view, the better is your image. So that a photographer who dances around events, look at the people with the camera. There are dancers, they are Husserlian people. They try to be phenomenological. Of course, they don't succeed because, you know, image makers do not think. They cannot think. Thinking is anti-image. Now, they dance around it. And by dancing, by collecting points of view, they destroy ideology, which is the insistence on one point of view. If you hear political people speaking, they say, my point of view is the right one and yours is the wrong one. But if you listen to a photographer, you will say, every point of view is the same. The problem is how many points of view I can collect. But all these problems taken aside, the idea was that the image should document politics. But in the first half of the 20th century, and even stronger after the Second War, this relationship began to change. All of a sudden, politics was made in order to get into an image. The purpose of politics, which so far nobody knew the purpose of politics. Progress is not a purpose. Progress is a method. But where do we advance at? What do you mean we advance? We don't know where. All of a sudden we discovered where. We advanced to an image. Everything wanted to be photographed and filmed and taken in a video. And the purpose of everything, you know, like a wedding, the purpose of marrying was to be photographed at a wedding. The purpose of going on the moon was to be so that Mr. Nixon could appear on television and see how people walked on the moon. The purpose of the Arab hijackers of airplanes was to be taken on television. So all of a sudden, people discovered what politics is about. Politics is aimed at being taken, aufgenommen, in an image. And you know, this created a curious phenomenon. Events began to accelerate. They rolled toward the image. One event followed another because every event wanted to be taken in an image. There were the people with the television cameras, and there were the photographers, and there were the people with the filmmakers, and they were standing there, and all history rolled toward them, and they said, please take me, please put me into the image. it's a curious, why should people do that?